So I've been going through a lot of my old writings from some years ago that I actually forgot about. And in the process of doing so, I came across this essay that I actually wrote as a free write. And I wanted to share it. Now, it is a little bit on the longer side, so if you don't have much of an attention span, then it is what it is. But if you do, there might just be something in here for you. So, anyway, here we go. I wanted to get a better understanding of myself, so I took a treacherous, it was low-key kind of scary, voyage into my own psyche. I searched through my memory banks and examined my patterns of behavior. I took note of every interaction that I had, whether it was with family, friend, significant other, co-worker, associate, or just any other person that I had some type of exchange with. Memories that I didn't even know that I had began to resurface in my mind. And even though I was skeptical of the accuracy of each, I could not deny the emotional charge that they all had. Past failures and successes, achievements and misses, goals attained and unattained all made an appearance on my mental voyage. As I continued on this journey, it became clear to me why I had been behaving the way that I had been, and why I had developed certain behaviors. Some of these behaviors had been conducive to my growth and self-development, while others had been harmful and destructive. Others may have been useful at a certain point in my early life, but then became outdated as I matured. I uncovered suppressed pain and anger that I had tried to hide for years, only to discover that my attempts at trying to stuff them down had actually caused them to mutate into their own dangerous entities. They became shadows that had been negatively affecting my own day to day interactions. The shadows had been operating like puppeteers, silently pulling the strings behind the scenes while I acted out their script. It wasn't until I tore down the curtains and exposed them that I came to understand myself, and they no longer had a pull on me. The mind is both beautiful and volatile. It can create beautiful art and innovative inventions, but it can also destroy and lead to self destruction. It can be a place of unbridled imagination and creativity, but also of chaos. The mind can lead to salvation, but also to demise. Most of us tend to either live our lives on autopilot, completely oblivious to the sea of chaos that's boiling right underneath our conscious awareness, or in a state of inaction and avoidance, in which we have an awareness of what's going on, but rather not do anything to alleviate it. We don't examine our patterns of behavior. We don't question why we do the things we do. We rarely stop to consider that maybe there is a better way for us to live our lives. Many of us have grown up completely disconnected from who and what we are, ultimately becoming a result of our environment. See, our environment is more than just our physical location. It is the conglomerate of learned patterns of behaviors, experiences, social interactions, culture, family structure, beliefs, education, and pretty much anything else that has had a part in our development. Now, I'm not saying that what I'm presenting here is objective truth. I could be wrong, it wouldn't surprise me. But what I am saying is that I feel that there's more to all of this than what we realize, and that many of us are being held back by faulty programming and the chaos that's brewing right below the surface of our immediate awareness. If we all could just summon the courage to take a dive into our own consciousness, we could bring our shadows to the surface. We could bring them to our awareness and examine them for what they are so that we may come to a greater understanding of ourselves. See, as a self-proclaimed nonconformist, which is also the reason why I refuse to get an iPhone, I absolutely hate to sound cliche. Nevertheless, I do believe that we can do whatever we put our minds to. I firmly believe that where there's a will, there's a way. We just have to remove whatever is blocking it, including ourselves. We can be our own greatest allies or our own greatest enemies. When we take action, doubt moves out of the way. Most of us just have to believe that we can, and realize that belief doesn't always precede action. Many times, action comes before belief, and belief is developed as a result of action. If you follow superhero culture, you'll realize that while the hero may have many enemies, there usually tends to be one that stands above the rest. This is what they call the hero's arch enemy or arch nemesis. What's interesting about the arch enemy is that they tend to be the mirror of the superhero, or better yet, the shadow of the hero. One of the most potent revelations that I had was when I realized that we are both the hero and the villain in our own life stories. All too often, we give our power away to external circumstances, blaming everything and everyone for where we're at. We magnify the responsibility of everything outside of us while minimizing our own. See, we have to realize that even when it seems like someone or something is external is holding us back, that person or situation is just mirroring back to us what needs to be resolved within ourselves. There's a lesson to be learned and an opportunity for growth. Now, many of us have been put in poor situations. However, keep in mind that although you couldn't control where you've been put, you determine where you are going. The sooner that we come into the acceptance of ourselves as both the hero and the villain of our story, the sooner we take our power back, and the sooner we begin to move in the direction of our truth. Be willing to be brutally honest with yourself. Be willing to shine light on your shadows and be ready to take action. You write the story of your life in every single moment. You can be the hero or you can be the villain. But the choice is yours.